what's up, friends? Yes, we are outdoors. This is a completely different location.
Yes.
This is actually John's deck.
This is the outside edition, baby.
Okay, this is why you probably hear Mother Nature, the air, the birds.
It's a beautiful day.
You hear all of that right now, but you will still be able to hear us. We'll try to talk loud because the camera's a little bit further away, as opposed to being in an enclosed space, so then the sound is actually inverted into the camera. So we'll try and not scream, but you'll hear us, okay? But welcome, guys. No, it's been a while.
Excited. We've been busy.
We've been busy.
We're busy.
Yeah,
we've been, you guys know we've been busy.
Yeah, we've just been really busy with a lot of stuff. Individually and together. I get a lot of messages from you guys about. Someone recently just sent me something saying, "You and John don't do enough," and I kind of looked at it because I was like, "What are you talking about?" I think they were referring to just events, maybe, I don't know, but you gotta understand that.
Yeah, we also got a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Life is going on, and it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of that time frame till it happens, and so we appreciate you guys just bearing with us and just staying tuned to new episodes, which is what's happening right now. Just a brief synopsis. Nothing's really been going on with me. Just work. What's been going on with you?
Yeah, I have a lot of work. You already know competition season, yo. It gets crazy, bro. It gets nuts, away every weekend, so it's a lot. But, recital season is upon us. We're almost at the end of this, so I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. A lot of change coming.
Yeah.
A lot of change.
When are we... So, yeah, you will probably see this video, I want to say in June.
Yeah.
Probably June.
Solid.
So, hopefully some of the recitals have been completed and a lot of you can either get prepped and ready for nationals, or you guys just are getting ready for summer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you are new to our show,
welcome.
Welcome.
Yes.
I'm not going to go into detail about how the show generally goes. You'll catch the formula.
Yeah, it's a respectable moment for sure.
Yeah, we've added a new segment into it, which
which gonna hurt some people's feelings.
Which is totally it's probably gonna make you really either like us more because we're being brutally honest, or it's going to make you hate us even more or despise us, which is fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's get started. You guys know we go into the vent session. Oh, and I didn't do this, but if you guys don't know us by now, by episode
Six.
If you guys don't know us by episode 6, I'm Drew, and this is
John. What's up?
Okay? Yes. All right, so vent session, guys, is where we talk about something, could be anything, and we just need to let it out our chest. So, John, what is...
Take it away.
Take it away with your vent.
Okay, this is a quote that I've been using for a long time, and especially with this man over here. Are you stupid or are you blind? Okay? Are you stupid or are you blind? Yes? It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind that ignorant people out there, right? I'm talking to you, ignorant people out there. Yeah? On how you can think, I'm going to even take me for a second, that you think I'm stupid or I'm blind. Okay? Thankfully, God has blessed me. Okay? I'm not stupid. Okay? I'm funny.
Woke. You definitely woke.
You know what I mean? I'm not stupid, and I'm surely not blind. Thankfully. You know what I'm saying? I might have my shades on right now purposely, right? But I can see through them, right? I'm not blind. Right? I feel like we need to make sure as all the kids that I teach, and even adults or people in their early 20s, whoever watches us, it doesn't matter what kind of age you are. I'm even teaching my son, to really listen. I think it took me a long time to be a little bit more perceptive to the things around me, and to say that sometimes we're naive to things, right? And we need to make sure that we're not stupid or blind, because there's a lot of people out here trying to do nasty shit for gains. Nasty shit. People lying through their teeth. People pretending. Oh my God, you're so good. Everything you do is great. blah, 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 right? We have to make sure that we do not become blinded, right? Or we are not stupid to the fact of people trying to play you. Yeah, I feel like this year alone, I've dealt with a lot of people who may think I'm stupid or I'm blind or the people around me are stupid and blind, and I'm sorry, sorry to disappoint you, ignorant people, but I'm not. And the small amount of people around me are also not. I say this all the time, and I am super grateful to have a big bro like Drew next to me. You know what I mean? Like, to where I can express, like, am I being too perceptive, or am I really thinking about it right? And he always gives me that extra nudge to be like, yeah, man, like, the way you're viewing things is correct. Like, we cannot just sit around and pretend that everybody has our best interest when 99.9% of the time they don't, right? They look at us for the gains, they look at us for what can we take out of this person, rinse them dry and then throw the towel to the corner because it's used and abused, right? So I want us to really make sure that you're out there and you're being perceptive, you got your ears open, your eyes open. Yeah, again, we can't trust everybody right away, right? We can be kind to people, we can respect people, right? But don't go into things thinking that people have your best interest when they're looking at you like a piece of meat, like they're looking at you like you're stupid and blind, and I'm about to take advantage of you, right? So I want us to always remember to be super honest, right? Super perceptive, and keep your chin up, and be confident in who you are and what you can deliver, yeah, and just don't get taken advantage of,
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of people in my life thus far this year, man, that from family to coworkers,
Yeah,
a lot of fraudulence.
I feel like a lot of the people in our lives tend to. I think people are in our lives for a season. The majority of the people are in our lives for a season. And whether it's just like a TV show, guys, so think of it like that, right? So some TV shows last literally one season, right? And then some last for years and years and years to come. But then those are the ones that probably really rock with you, you know what I'm saying? And that could be like an employer, a friend, whoever, right? But I think what he's saying and the light that he's shedding is it's important for people out there like yourselves who are watching to not always assume. This is going to sound horrible, and I'm not trying to say you should always walk out your door or you should have this mindset of like always feeling like you need to watch your back, but in some way you need to just be very cognizant of what's happening around you. So like you just have to watch behavior, you have to watch what people say, you have to watch what they do, because it really shows you a lot on where their mindset is at about you. And it's unfortunate, I think, without him specifically stating some stuff.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like he's been going through a lot, actually. From family, he mentioned family, to just coworkers and friends. So it's a lot. It is a lot, and I think it's really important to distance yourself from that, because I always talk about mental health because I'm a really big advocate of that, and just being in positive environments. I think everyone should be in a positive environment, and you should enjoy the company that you keep. If for one instance you have to really look around you and say to yourself, can I trust you, or are you really looking out for my best interest? If you have to ask yourself that, you need to eliminate yourself or have that person eliminated from like your social circle or like your inner group, for sure. Because my mentality, like, he's younger, I am the older brother, so like I just have no patience for that kind of energy. And I'm a big energy person. And my superpower is bullshit. I will smell bullshit, I will read bullshit, and I know when you're about to bullshit. Okay? So yeah, I couldn't agree more. The whole blind aspect, and
Don't be stupid.
yeah, just don't be stupid. Like, be very perceptive of like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So
Actions are crazy, Somebody who says that like they love and appreciate you isn't gonna do some sneaky shit behind your back and then never want to like bring it to light and talk about it. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I have to say, like, when I say he's woken up, when he was like talking about his band, Like he has.
Yeah, it's been a journey. You gotta grow up, you know?
You have to, and I think that's great. We all see the epiphany. Like we all see it. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm old now. 33.
I just don't have time for it. So the older you get, the
know.
more it's just more about your inner circles and like who makes you feel good and your inner peace and shit like that. To be honest with you. So yeah. Okay. My vent is primarily goes out to I know I'm an artist and I see a lot of this because of Cruise, and the last episode I specifically talked about Cruise, which comes out today actually. You guys won't care, but whatever. In regards to when episode 5 got released, whatever. But this is about this is anything in life. Please, okay, the cost of living, right, is hard as it is, right? I just filled up my gas tank of $60, right? You take your train, you take an Uber, like everything has gone up. You want to buy a piece of pollo, you want to season it, that went up. You want to buy a filet mignon at ShopRite, that went up. Everything went up, okay? Like the living in general is expensive, right? I think it's really, really important, guys, and I mean this with all due respect, to really make sure that you are not cutting yourself short as far as you, the viewer, maintaining a living. Now, what I mean by that is like you can't underhand yourself or cut yourself short or your value short based off of the fact that other people are now trying to cut corners themselves. That has nothing to do with you. Okay? Yeah. So I say this in all aspects. Now, in this specific episode, nothing particularly happened. This is just things that I've seen from other people. Like, if you can't afford something, don't buy it. So let's take that on a very broad and rational aspect. I'm not going to go to the Gucci store, right? Let's say I work at, you know what? It doesn't even matter where I work at. Let's just say I'm not making, like, I don't make Gucci money, right? I'm not going to go to Gucci, talk to the guy at the cashier and say, hey, do you guys do like a payment plan so then I can get this bag, this messenger bag? They're going to look at you like you're crazy, right? Life in itself cannot stop for the benefit of other people because they need to cut corners in order to make their lives continue. I have a life and a lifestyle that I've upheld and continue, and I can't allow, let's just say, like an employer, a job, tell me that they can't pay me correctly because of X, Y, and Z. Then don't hire me.
It's very simple.
It's and I mean, and I'm going to, like, I know my voice sounds very bitchy, but
honest.
I've worked, and I say we both worked hard because I know a lot of studios, like, and it's fine, and we say this all the time. If you want this Latin guy to go visit your studio, that's fantastic. If you want this black gay man to visit your studio, that's fantastic. If you want both of us to visit your studio, you're getting like the Power Rangers coming. It's like the Avengers, right? So just because if you guys think you're cutting corners because you're inviting one or the other, that's your prerogative as to why you want either one of us to go, which is fine. It's 100% fine. And we get excited and we're very grateful and thankful with the fact that you guys ask us to come to your studio because we love teaching. You know, like, we love what we do. We love creating. We love doing these routines. But it's something to be said, guys, when, like, let's say we go to these studios and, like, some of the studio directors aren't paying accordingly because of the fact of this whole, the way of living and everything like that. So that's why I'm tying everything in. It's like, okay, if you need to, as a studio director or as a photographer, videographer, whatnot, like, all of those rates artistically went up as well. So, like, you guys also need to be cognizant of that as well and be like, listen, like, yes, I'm struggling, yes, I'm going through something, but at the same time, like, they also have to put food on the table. Like, this guy is a son, so, and I don't have children, nor do I want any. But my thing is like, I still have a certain lifestyle, and a lot of you guys always like, oh my God, you guys always say, like, you guys always are doing something. You guys are always traveling, da-da-da-da, whatever the case may be. Like, I need to be able to pay that bill, but I can't pay that bill if you guys want to cut me short. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, I just want, my vent is just for those people who, I guess, just hire us, or let's say there's someone watching who feels as though they're about to do a job and you feel like you had to cut like $100 off because you felt bad because they couldn't do it. Don't shortchange yourself and don't undervalue yourself. That I think that's the main point of my vent. Don't ever let anyone make you feel so in your brain and in your mind to make you feel like you have to cut a price simply because. It shouldn't be simply because. You're providing a service, a quality service. So why do that to yourself?
I love it. I love it. I don't think we should ever discount anything. You know what I mean? I feel like, because, I mean, you made a perfect example. Like, you know, you want a luxury item, right?
Yeah.
You're going to walk into a luxury store.
Just like your watches.
Right? I love my watches, right?
This man will never go to this. This man's not going to. Oh, go. I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
go.
No,
yeah, but I'm not, you know, I'm not going to, like, yeah, like, I mean, can anybody bargain? Like, can anybody, like, you know, can I come in and say, you know, I want to pay this price, and they're going to tell me, well, this is this price.
Okay, yeah, okay,
right?
yes.
You know, like, yes. Can people try to hire us and be like, ooh, like, this is what I can pay? And then we're going to say, unfortunately, we can't work for that, right? I mean, you have to, like, respect, you know, again, like, you know, he says it all the time when we talk about it, like, you know, you guys want to hire, like, top-notch people, right? You want quality, you want lux, right? When we take such pride in what we do, you know, that, like, when we come to your studio, like, we are spending time, right?
And traveling.
Right? First, before even going anywhere, we have to come up with the piece, right? I mean, for the people out there that are creating, like, that doesn't happen right away, right? You need to take time to really think about it, pick a song, right? That takes time to then create the piece, then for us to come together and learn the piece together and create something.
Yeah.
You know, for the people that are out there that are getting hired and just walking to a studio and pretending to, like, create something in the moment, like, you know, I'm all for creating in the moment too, so I'm not saying that, but, like, if we're going somewhere and you're getting paid a dollar and you have just amount of time to do it,
good
you have
money.
to go, right? You have to go in prepared.
Yeah.
Like, so that takes time already, right? Not you know, so you want something luxe, then you have to pay for that. If you can't afford us, we never come at anybody disrespectfully. If you can't, that's okay. No love lost. We don't hate you. We're not talking shit about you. We're not bad mouthing you to anybody. Like, oh, they're broke, and they, you know, we don't do any of that because everybody has a budget, and we understand that.
Yeah.
But respectfully, if you want me or him or both of us, there is a price. I think the price that we give is very fair, very fair.
Yeah,
compared to a lot of people out there.
Because a lot of you guys, from what I hear, are charging for editing fees to get music edited, and the price that I heard is astronomical. But
Like,
I'm not
just
even,
for the edit.
But just for the edit, I'm not even gonna say a name.
Come on.
But you're bugging.
Right.
And it's funny because a lot of you guys will hire someone that literally will teach the same thing all summer.
I'll get confusing, and they're like, they're hot. We're gonna pay you $1,000 a class.
Like, you guys pay. You guys,
They
and like
just
we've
taught
never,
into the
and,
studio before
and like,
you.
like I don't understand. Like, once again, no one has specifically stated or made a mention that, like, we're expensive. But, like, what I'm saying is the fact that, like, you guys will pay for someone who literally has taught that whole entire combination throughout the whole 50 states of the 52 states of the United States. There's 52 states in the United States, right? Let's go with, you know what? Let's range 50 to 55, okay? Because I don't know. I don't go to
I live in
geography.
Jersey.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys will hire a teacher that has taught the same routine in Arizona, New Mexico, California, Oregon, Texas, and probably even went to Puerto Rico.
And then they taught at 12 studios in New Jersey, all the same thing.
The same. Okay, that's a whole other topic. But anyway, all to say, guys, and to make it broader, never shortchange yourselves.
Just don't shortchange yourself. You know your worth.
You know your
I
worth,
say it all the time.
know your value, and respectfully know when to decline a job offering. Because this is one of my mottos, and this is something that I live by. And, you know, like I even said this to him, if you have a close friend out there, like, you know, me and John are, like, you should always support whatever happens. Any opportunity is not a missed opportunity. Opportunities are set for you by God and for you. So like, just because a job didn't work out because, like, John wasn't asked to do a position, or I wasn't, vice versa. Like, I'm always gonna support him in whatever he does, because like that's a means for him to go out there. And sometimes, like with the Power Rangers or Rita Repulsa, like one of the Rangers had to go out there and do some of the work in order to at least establish a relationship or start one. So then that way, maybe in a few months, like both of our faces can go there, or like you can see one of us and da 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 da. So you know what I mean, like. And our personalities are so different, so someone might incline to be attracted to him more so than me. Because there's a lot of positives that he has, especially with like the little ones, that are just fantastic. And like, but then would you guys like me if I'm gonna be fictitious and be like, and then have you guys talk and be like, it's not genuine. And I'm a very genuine person, and I don't want to pretend to be someone that I'm not. I will never do that. Just like with him, I'm a certain way, and he has certain qualities that I have certain qualities that he does not have.
Of course.
So it's like it meshes well together, because then based on who we're talking to, you're gonna vibe with either one of us or both of us, which is fine. That's just human nature. That's human energy, and that's human connection. But at the end of the day, never shortchange yourself. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So next up, ooh, this is even spicier. We are going to get into a new segment. We'll probably bring this back for a while. I think this is going to be good, and this is the new part. So instead of doing like pop culture where we talk about things in the media and the news and whatnot, we're actually going to talk about things in the competition world, specifically known as competition culture. Now, John has been in this realm way longer than I have, but at the end of the day, dance is dance, right? A good performance is a good performance. So we are going to tackle, I wouldn't say we're going to tackle an issue that either frustrates us, makes us happy about the comp world, or whatnot. And like we said, we know this is going to be a nice stir, because we're very blunt and we're very honest. Yeah? So John, what is your topic in comp culture?
So, I mean, I guess we could talk about this for like 12,000 hours, but we'll pick one.
Yeah.
For me, it is the why do we put such importance on an opinion? Okay? Right? So, right, I could take it. For me,
i.e. judge.
Right.
Why do we? Okay, go.
Right, I'm a judge, right?
Yeah.
So I judge myself, and I have an opinion, right? That's what they pay for. But for me, I not to say that I feel like I give fantastic opinions and I'm the best and I'm this, but I can say that, I give very constructive criticism in the moment, right? And that's, for me, when I found there's not many judges out there like that. But when I do find a judge like that, I appreciate that judge, right?
Yeah.
But I can tell you 95% of the time, and I'm giving 5% because 5% I think is even too much, but I'll give 5% of the time. You're going to find somebody out there that gives a good opinion, right? 95% of the time, though, and I can tell you I've been doing this for a very, very long time. A very, very long time. More than 10 years, okay? I just feel like I don't understand how these people have a job. I don't get it. You're not going to tell me that your opinion makes sense when you either don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I just had a judge. Okay.
No names. No, it's not needed.
I won't say any names, and I won't even say the competition. But there's a judge that critiqued one of my hip hop pieces. Okay, I think it's a fantastic piece. They're like between the ages 10 and 12. I have like maybe one or two 13-year-olds in there, but they just turned 13, so they're in that cusp. They're in the 10 to 12 division, right? Fantastic hits. Fantastic. I think they're all really great. This whole judge went on and on and on about how they feel like this should be in a jazz number, right? A jazz category. I'm pausing for a reason.
There's nothing jazzy about this guy. Have you guys seen his videos? Do you guys follow? There's nothing jazzy about this guy.
Like jazz? And like, I'm just trying to make sense of it, right?
If there's anyone that's jazzy between the two of us,
it's definitely you.
It's
like,
definitely me.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Did I do jazz? Yeah. Like, Do I incorporate jazz in my routines? No. Like I don't understand, and that's like the tip of the problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, and I try to explain to my kids all the time, like my style in general, right? I try to, you know, if anybody has ever been to my pieces or you've seen some of my pieces, like I do try to be different all the time. I do not try to do the same thing over and over again. Sometimes I'm in a feely mood. Sometimes I'm in a relationship mood. Sometimes I'm in, you know, I like a little drama. Sometimes I want to be a thug. Sometimes I want to be poppy. Sometimes I want to be, you know, I take all these different avenues of what I like to do or what I am in the moment. I try to divvy it up to the kids that I think are going to do it best.
Yes.
Right? So, you know, when my stuff gets judged and then I get beat by the cheerleaders on stage, you know, again, like I went to another competition this weekend and I got beat by people who do kick, like the kick and touch and kick and touch, and you know, they get a choreography award, and I'm just like confused. It's just like you know, again, that is a whole other topic, but it's just like these people who are judging, one, don't know anything about hip hop, right? And like, I'm sorry, like if you're gonna be a professional judge or person in this thing, like I understand that, you know, you need a tapper sometimes, right? You need a really good master tapper. You know, they got the Broadway people that get a lot of jobs, and I'm fine. Like Broadway people work really hard for what you guys do, but you know nothing about the commercial area of dance. Like the most important things in dance is contemporary, jazz, and hip hop. You need to know all those. You need to have some sort of master, especially contemporary hip hop. I would say those are probably the most important.
And obviously, ballet training is always great.
Yeah. Technicality is technicality.
You know, like it's always great.
Right?
The basics are always like that's just
that goes without
being said.
That's foundation,
you know
right?
What I mean? Yeah.
Been there, done that as well, right? But my point is like, I just like, there's got to be a little bit more culture out there. Like I get like you gotta like the judges like on that like platform, like you have such an important job to deal with these kids, right? If you're a judge and you've never taught a kid, do not judge kids, because you don't understand what you guys do to these kids. They're sitting there waiting for the judge to understand why they got the score that they did, and then the judge says nothing. Like, I can tell you, I've judged really shitty things out there, right? And I still give great critiques. I've judged some beautiful things out there, and then I've complimented them because that's what they deserve then, to be propelled, to know that they have the confidence and they have the ability to continue to push and grow, right? And the kids out there that are struggling, I still give them criticism on how to get better. What can they do to do better? Or do they need to rehearse their steps more? Do they need to come together more? Do they need to perform better? Do they do this or that? You know, like, there is, like, you can't give the kids a gold and not say anything. You can't give the kids a triple platinum diamond whatever and also not explain something to them. Like you gotta give some sort of feedback. Like I can't stress it enough that like the kids hold this so high, and I try to explain to my kids that this is an opinion and not everybody's gonna like Mr. John's stuff, and I'm okay with that because I'm never gonna change. But I want these kids to understand that like what these people out there have to say is not always so important.
I think I really, really struggle with this world. Like, it is probably, I mean, I struggle in the world in general, but like the competition world, like I don't see. I would never, guys. For anyone that follows me, dancers, parents, studio directors, teachers, like. If you feel so great in what you put out there, then the opinion of a judge shouldn't matter, because competition is so subjective. It is so subjective. So a lot of these judges too, like, they just honestly shouldn't be there. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what's going on. Literally, I went to one competition, not saying the name, and all we got was this. Oh my God, such great texture. Watch those lines. Awesome. How is that constructive? And why do you have a job?
Like, I understand why I understand that the competition world is criminal. I get it too. Like, it is what it is, right? Business is business. But like, I do love the fact that like the kids get to be on stage, they get to feel that adrenaline rush, they get to kind of push to win something.
No, it's
right?
great.
I love that.
It's great
I
in
do.
introductional.
Right, into the world of
into
performing.
the world of performing. It's great for that.
I do love that.
But you can't let the fact that I think it is a nice base and a nice introduction towards something that, let's say, they want to potentially or possibly do from a panel, and I'm not saying all judges, and that's not what he's saying, but from a panel.
Right, not every judge is terrible, but there's a lot, majority.
The majority
are terrible.
Like, so
they don't teach kids.
And the thing with these kids, what he's saying is like there needs to be a good balance between a good judge and what they're saying to a kid's mental capacity and for them to understand what's happening.
Right.
And there's not. It's like a clash.
Because kids aren't stupid or blind, like I said from the beginning. Like, they could see on stage that they just killed it. They had great choreography, great feels, and they're losing to a bunch of cheerleader dancers then. And like, they're also confused. And how do I explain it to them?
Yeah. No, I get it.
You know?
I get it.
That's my rant.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good segue. For me, I think we need to stop placing everyone. I think we need to stop having this be like having the top 50 routines. Okay, I'm exaggerating when I say top 50.
Yeah, but saying like, I placed 49th.
But
in your like, you know,
like, okay, some of you competitions,
or
you guys have like 20th place, and then no shade at all. I feel like the competition world is now making others feel as though being in 19th place is fantastic. Then you guys go back to the studio, you guys get a little certificate that says 19 on it, and you guys want to pose. That's a cute moment for you, but honey boo boo chow. The realism of this situation is that 18th, 19th, and 20th place, it's not something you should be completely complacent in. You come back to my class in my studio, and now you feel like you don't need to be better or improve. That like, these placements, you guys are getting too complacent on these placements. You guys, okay, I'm gonna break that down.
Makes sense.
You guys are getting too comfortable at the fact of you placing when you guys have so much more work to do. If you guys were to come into into one of our classes and attempt a hip hop or commercial street jazz class, you guys would be like, "Oh my God, where's my? Did I place? Hail to the nah." Okay? You did not place. I'm not placing you. I'm damn sure not placing you. John's not placing you. And I'm more evil in this realm than he is, for sure. He has a heart. My heart is more very... I have a heart. Let's take this back. I have a heart, but I once again, I was trained by people that were very vicious. They were mean. And the realism of it in the real world is like, you got to be better. You got to do better. And all of these competitions have up to like 30th place or 10th place, and like, why does everyone get like, I don't understand. We just need to do an Olympics. Can someone out there have at least one category or something where it's literally just first, second, third, which I probably know will never happen, but I feel like it needs to be that way because then it'll force dancers to come back to studio settings in me and John's classes to be like, I gotta do better.
Right, that's the point.
That's the point. That's the point that I'm getting at. I wish there was just a first, second, and third, because if that was what it is, those people that compete at the Olympics, right? And once again, everything's about competing now, right? You guys like to compete. Some of you are very cutthroat about it, and that's great. Even choreographers are very cutthroat because they want that top spot. I'm like that. John wants, like, we want that or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so for us, like, guys, when they compete at the Olympics, right, there is no fourth place, fifth place. Like, the people that they are only acknowledging are in third, second, and first place. And to have a bronze in the Olympics against the best of the best is a feat in itself. I would be ecstatic to be third place at the Olympics. Bronze? I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm top 3.
If I'm anything in the top 3, honestly, I'm ecstatic. And this is gonna be okay. Being honest, if you're in the top 3 for me, or you win an award that's very, like, I feel like it was very genuine, that is the only time, if you guys notice, and once again, we're two different people. I'm telling you, this is my event, so don't put John into this. That's the only time, friends, I'll post it. on my IG, because it's not to say that I didn't think the kid did great, but we have work to do. So I don't post everything. I don't. And I don't want anyone out there to feel like, that I'm not. No. I just feel like me posting it is also, once again, I have this thing about being truthful and sincere and authentic. As the choreographer, the educator who taught it, we got work to do. Like, I want you to be in the top 3. That's always my goal. And I tell this guy this all the time. I want to be in the top 3, or I want to be in the top 10 overall for the entire weekend. I always tell this guy that. Now, if you get 5th, 6th, that's fantastic. Kudos to you, and I mean that with all my heart. But that should be an impulse or a fire up your ass to be like, I want to do better. But like, the generation of kids nowadays are so complacent on getting 80th place, you guys don't want to work anymore. You guys get back to the studio and you guys look worse. So like, I guess my competition culture is comps. We just got to stop feeling like we're just giving everybody a placement just because. We can't. Like, we can't. Like, or if you want to feel like everyone deserves to be placed, I don't think that's really the real world, because everyone's not a winner. So I'm taking this even a step further. Like, life, everyone is not a winner.
Yeah, you have a lot of days where you lose.
You lose sometimes, but you got to pick yourself up and win. And at the end of the day, what are we teaching these kids? And I think we're teaching them, while we're placing them in everything so much, we're teaching them to be complacent. And I think that's a negative to competition. It's teaching complacency to make those kids feel like they did just enough to win. But life, you are never going to be that successful in the world, guys, unless you really put in the work and you put in the effort to really achieve what you want to achieve. And like, for me, there's always a deep dive there. So this is not me coming out here saying that, like, I don't think you deserve 10th place, I don't think you deserve 8th, I don't think you deserve 6th. You got those places for whatever reason, based on the judges that are subjective, whether they
and their opinions,
based on, and 9 times out of 10, guys, some of those opinions don't even make sense, right? So to correlate both things, in order for that placement to be correct, we need to have established judges who know what they're talking about. So then when we look at the placement, it makes sense. If it makes sense, it's a happy world.
That's beautifully said. We can't be complacent. And I teach my kids that all the time. Like, stop being like, I get it. Like, in the moment for kids, it's like sad. Like, they're maybe in tears in the moment because they felt like they did amazing. But then I tell them, like, maybe you're not their cup of tea. You know? They like the guy or girl that can lift their leg up and do 36 turns and lift their leg up again and do 36 turns and then do the same thing over and over again. And that's what they liked.
And kids out there, like, when you compete, you have to understand that, like, perfect example, you were pretty much going in blind because you don't know you don't know what kind of judges. You don't know if the judges had a good night's rest.
Yeah, pissed off because their man, boyfriend, girlfriend pissed them off.
You know, like you don't, like, there are other factors too, guys, that you just don't know about. So sometimes
it
has
unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. So sometimes it has
also
nothing to do with it's nothing to do with your dancing. So you could have danced phenomenally, guys, and the placement just doesn't make sense. But that's okay, because you're not going to have the same result. And that's the thing. You guys know consistency for me is important. And I think there's a lot of inconsistencies in the combo. So that's what's frustrating too. But yeah, we already know we're gonna rile up some people with.
I mean, again, like, this is also subjective to what we feel.
Yeah.
Again, like, you know, you're watching. I want y'all to enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and again, if you hate it, don't tune in again.
Yeah, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is a new segment we're going to start. I think simply because, like, the season is almost over, and I think the next thing that's going to come out is Nationals. And, yeah, that should actually be good right before Nationals when we see a lot of you guys.
Yeah, sure.
I just feel like it's important, guys, and, you know, we're realists, so we got to keep a G, you know, so.
Also, keeping it real, my dentist called me. I have an appointment tomorrow.
Oh, you want to appointment?
No, they mean they sent me
Actually,
your appointment is
I have to stop the
11:30.
camera really quick anyway, just to make sure.
We'll be right back.
All right, friends. So, our last portion of this episode, I'm gonna say session, I guess it's the same thing, is the Q&A where you guys ask us questions. It's funny, I asked you guys this as I was headed to work yesterday, and all the questions just like literally kind of like slew in. So this morning, I just kind of picked a few.
So spicy.
Yeah, they're funny. A lot of these are funny. So all right, so let's just get started. Here we go. So, first question. I've seen these, so I'll give John some time. So the first question is, what was the worst date you've both ever been on? So, okay.
The worst date?
The worst date. Yes, John. Give me some time.
Oh,
I have a fester. So I went out. So I went out. I went online and, one of those apps, and I met this guy. His name was Mike. I know he's not watching this, so I don't really care. His name was Mike. He was a police officer, whatever. And, I was like really, really excited. And he says, we're going to go to a really, really nice spot, I'm really watching my body. I'm really watching my weight, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of different restaurants that, have a good selection. And I'm sorry laughing because you guys about to laugh. And I'm like, oh my God, that's great. And I'm a big foodie, love food. We love that you guys see all the stuff that we eat, whatever the kids be and stuff. So, I'm getting ready, and, he kept talking about how, great the location was, and there was so much to do, right? And I was a lot younger. I'm about to be 37 in a few days, and I think I was, in my early 20s. So, I'm very young, right? Very, very young. I'm just excited. Oh, my God, I'm going to go out, da-da-da-da, right? Your boy obviously got dressed. I was ready. I'm smelling good, feeling fresh, right? So, I'm driving there, and I notice it's like a mall, like a I've noticed it's like a mall vibe, and I was like, okay, maybe there's a restaurant nearby, or I was just so confused, right? So get to this mall, I don't remember what mall, parked the car, and we start walking, and he's like, yeah, I really, really love this spot, and I'm like, okay, did you decide on where we're going? John, this man took me to Chipotle.
How many Chipotle's fire? But not a first date.
Guys, he took me to Chipotle and got it
for 5 years.
And got a chicken bowl. And said it was the finest chicken he's ever ate before in his life.
Well, he's nice.
It had protein and everything in it.
Chipotle's fire.
This man took me to Chipotle. Then on top of that, the entire Chipotle experience was about protein and why we should obtain a lot of protein. Needless to say, I finished my burrito and I left. He goes, where you going? I gotta take care of my mom. Never heard, never talked to him again. Do not take Mama Drew on a first date to Chipotle.
Yeah, respectfully.
Ever since then, I don't even think I've told John this story.
No.
I kind of look at Chipotle a little funny, and I always laugh. You want some Chipotle? You go to Chipotle with your boys. Yeah. You go to Chipotle when you're hungry and you just got out from working or something, and you just want a bowl.
Right. You don't go there and impress somebody.
Yo, the worst date ever.
Hey, finest chicken, Chipotle.
Finest chicken. Guys, he was like, try this chicken, it's so good. It's like, he was an advocate for protein and pollo and chicken, and I was like, what is happening here?
Advocate for Chipotle, I love that. Back in the day when Chipotle was just starting.
That's when they were just starting, guys, and that's why honestly, I didn't even know about Chipotle. And he was like, he guys, you ever watch The Price is Right? Here goes your brand new car! And I was like, this is Chipotle.
I want to know how many people out there know what that is. The Price is Right.
Don't do that.
No, I wonder. I used to watch this show with my grandfather.
It's still on. Drew Carey's wonderful.
It's still on?
But yeah, that's my answer to that. That was it was just horrifying.
Okay.
It was horrifying.
First date. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna set it up. Alright, so I don't think she watches this. Priscilla. Okay. I won't give her last name, but She was a cutie back in the day too. Anyway, the way we got to go on our first date was horrifying, right? I was dating a girl. Priscilla was her best friend. This girl cheated on me. Priscilla told me, so then I did some dirt with Priscilla. Anyway, so whatever. So our first date was already like we already had. I mean, I was a baby. I was like 20, right? I couldn't even drink yet, and whatever. Like we already had had some fun time before our first date. So like our first date was like whatever. We went to the boardwalk. We were just eating boardwalk food. It was fun. We were young. We were 20. The thing that made it horrifying, okay? We walked from, one point of the boardwalk to the next. I promise you, every girl that passed me, she yelled at me for staring at her. Even if I was looking in that direction, why are you staring at that girl? Why are you doing this? What? You like that girl? Is she more attractive than me? I'm like, what is going on? And that happened the whole time we were there. Wow. Right?
And you said she was cute, right? Why was she so
super
insecure?
cute? I don't know. Right? I don't know if it was the point of like, we already had some fun time already. It was in a kind of drama way.
That's probably
like, I mean, kids out there, don't,
That's totally what it
don't do things before going on first dates.
That's
but
totally she got attached after
yeah,
that.
she was instantly attached, and I was her girlfriend, and this was our first date. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
totally what happened.
so yeah, I mean, oh man, Priscilla, I don't think she's the same man. I hope she grew up and moved on. But I can tell you after that, I don't think we would hang out after that again.
Well, you're not a man that likes jealousy anyway, though.
Yeah, I'm not really big into envy and jealousy. I think it's like kind of weird. But yeah, man, that whole date, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Mind you, they weren't even together.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That's wild.
But like, we just had boardwalk food and stuff like that. But like, I just remember being like, wow, like every girl I like, I'm not even like that. Like most of the time, I'm making fun of people. Keep it a buck.
I think you're a people watcher, though. Like you.
I do. I'm observant.
You're
I like
observant.
to see. I like to be like, oh, look at what he or she like. Oh, look at those shoes. Look
Yeah,
at that. Look
like-
at this. Or look at the hair.
And I think when you do look at someone, maybe you look at them with it's conviction, but it's not the conviction that I think this Priscilla girl was thinking you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was very interesting. So that was like one of my horrible first dates. Ooh, that was
Got it.
bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And guys, don't take your. Okay, so guys, you learn two things: be secure on your date with who you're with, and focus. Like they're with you, they're spending time with you, and do not take them to Chipotle. Okay. The second question. Second question, John, is what would you say is the most annoying trait about the other? So what would you say is my most annoying trait, and what do I think is your most annoying trait? Most annoying trait? Okay, that's what I was gonna. Okay, so I don't. When you guys say most,
I'm
annoying,
annoying in general.
No. When you say most annoying, he doesn't really like annoy me. I mean, he's like a little brother. I think I've said that in every single episode. If I had to say a trait, and I get on him, I've been getting on him a lot lately about this because it's his tone, and I know he does not need to do it. I'm telling you, it instantly pisses me off. Like this is very true. It's how he says it. He goes, so let's say you're asking him a question, right? A very broad question, right? Because sometimes I don't think he realizes sometimes how he says things or how much he said it, right? So you just casually say, John, da 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 da. His first response to you, let's just say he's in a mood or something, is like he'll be like, da 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 da. What do you mean? He'll giggle and go, what do you mean? What are you talking about? It's like he's asking you why you're asking him that question when you have all the substantiated information to ask that question, but you're just supposed to figure it out. So then he goes, what do you mean? Like, hello? What do you mean? And I'm like, on the other line, like, what the fuck do you mean? What do I mean? I'm asking you the question. I want to know the answer. What do you mean? And it's his tone. It's his fucking tone, guys. I want to strangle him. God forbid I'm in a bad mood. That's the last thing I want to hear if he said, what do you mean? He could do that with anyone else. He could do that with any fucking body else. If he does it to me at the wrong time, I'm like, I'm done. I will stop talking, and he'll feel my energy. Hello? Are you still there? Yeah, bitch. I'm here, but I'm not saying anything because you pissed me off. That's the only annoying trait, I think. It's like he presents a situation which I don't know the answers to. So I'm asking him. Like, I'm not a mind reader. And he'll be like, well, he told you that. Oh, I know that. But come on.
And then,
If I had to say a specific thing that he does, and then he laughs at the end of it. And then, God forbid, if he feels you're mad at him, then he'll totally soften up. Oh, come on, I didn't mean that. But you were just a dick.
Yeah, yes, I am.
You do that all the time. That's So
it's part of who I am. That's what I say. It's me.
That's
It's me.
That's probably the most annoying thing. I think that it make my soul like I want to strangle him. And then when I tell him I want to strangle him, he goes, "Why are you so violent?"
Yeah, like this man has his arm is like bigger than mine. It's a jerk off, you know.
But to say he's annoying, he's not annoying to me like that. It's just that one specific thing. Yeah, that probably like.
If I had to say,
I think I already know.
One annoying thing. I mean, the thing that really maybe like I don't say it's annoying, but like it frustrates me when he always calls himself a beluga whale, or his calorie intake. I think his calorie intake like hurts my soul. Like, look, we just went out for breakfast today, and like we had a bagel sandwich. I really wanted a bagel sandwich, so I just got like a nice big bagel with Taylor ham, hash brown in it, and vegetable cream cheese. Just like bad for you, but it's like okay sometimes to eat like that, you know. But like he just had like egg whites, you know, because he's watching his calorie intake. I just don't get it. He works out really hard. You know, he's always like, you know, I get it. I mean, we don't ever want to be fat or out of shape, and I know we have like a past and this and that, but my man, that fucking calorie intake, you know, or he has to be like a woman. Like, he bought a bathing suit, and now he has to drink smoothies for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, because I'm going away next week. So yeah. I told him, like, I got to fast. I got to do a cleanse. No meat for a few days.
He doesn't eat enough.
Whatever.
We'll put it out there. He doesn't need enough. He needs more calories.
Whatever. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Third question is, what are the top 3 things that we both individually need in our lives to be happy? Like, what 3 things do you need in order to have a happy top 3 things? Let's see. My mom. Okay, I'm gonna go with my mom. My mom, John. Yeah, I'll give John that, because I don't really need the third, like when I say, let me just say my 3: my mom, John, and my career, like in what I'm doing, like with my life.
Yeah.
I don't need the specific reason why I said John is because that circles around like the friend aspect, where a lot of you sometimes go like, oh, you know, some of you guys are very bold in asking me like, oh, I want to see you around like anybody else but John. There's a reason why I do that, friends. I mean, like I have coworkers that I do hang out with from time to time, but like you need a solid friend, so that's why I just say John. So my mom she's my mom. And then the career is based and embodies everything that I do artistically, and it brings me happiness, it brings me fuel, and you know, a lot of people would probably be like, oh, I need like a love, but like honestly, I'm at a point where I don't feel like I need to fall in love. Like I just told him I met a guy yesterday, but like at the end of the day, like I just don't. I don't feel like I need that anymore. It's something that I can't describe. I really, really can't describe it. I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't need to feel that kind of romanticism or that intimacy. You know, do I miss sex? Yeah. Do you miss those butterflies and those moments that you feel sometimes when like you really like that person and stuff like that? Yeah, but then when you think about all the other bullshit that comes with that tenfold, like the boardwalk story and all of the envy and the jealousy and all this and that, and having to feel the need to always tell them where you're at, and like we've talked about that in other episodes. So for me, top 3, mom, John. I can't even say my other family for other reasons, but that's a whole nother topic. Mom, John, career.
Yeah. That's solid. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like the same for me. I mean, for me, like especially when I say family, like I don't encompass like everybody, unfortunately, like because like you know that's just what it is. I mean, the older you get, the more you understand that. But I mean, when I definitely need like my close knit people like that are close to me. You know, i.e. my mom, my son, you know, Drew, obviously. You know what I mean? Like when I talk to like you know, there's a few people out there that I talk to every day, you know, or almost every day, and there's just like a very few, you know. You know, I could even say Alyssa out there. I know you watch. You know, like I like we have our chats, and you know, like for me, like I have like a very few amount of people that I like to chit chat with that I feel like are super important and that I feel like definitely have my best interest. You know, and you know, a lot of people want to be super popular and all. You know, so when I embody like or a certain amount of people, I would say like I definitely need those people in my life. I don't know what I would do without my big brother and my mom, you know, like, or my son. I love my son, even though he's like such a little pain in the ass. I love him to death, though. You know, I would definitely say like dance. You know, I'm super grateful for my career, and I definitely feel like dance has helped me, you know, kind of you know, almost like, you know, push through a therapeutic moment for me. Like it helps me like gain money, obviously, but like it really helps me to push through a lot of like tough situations that you know that I personally been through that has helped. So obviously like my little bit of family, when I say like my close knit people, definitely my career, right, my dance career, and I honestly say like I have to like be thankful of my health. You know,
yeah,
I think without,
too. Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
I think without like having good knees, you know, and you know, for the most part I am healthy. You know, I work out, you know, all the time, and you know, I might eat a little bit of, you know, like I just said, like a Taylor ham vibe every now and then, but I definitely take care of myself, and like I think like that is most important, you know, because we're nothing without those things, you know. We love materialistic things. We have a lot of things that we like have worked towards and like love and cherish, you know, like, but you know, I could take off my Rolex and still be the same person I am. No. You know, I could take off my cool shoes and still be the same person who I am. You know, the materialistic is just trophies of things that we work towards, but that doesn't define who I am or who you are. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that shit don't matter. Because, like, I could put a pair of Walmart jeans on and still be my fly-ass self because of who I am. Yeah. Right? So, those are my 3 guys.
Cool.
You have one more question?
Shout out to Alyssa out there too.
Yeah, for sure. I love A-Max, yo. You already know what time it is.
Yeah. Alyssa. Speaking of Alyssa, we will doing an intensive
100%
in July. We already kind of have the date. We just need to figure something out.
Yeah, we have to figure out studio vibes.
But yeah, she's another good one.
Yeah, she's a gem.
She's a gem. She's totally a gem for sure. She's totally gonna repost just this one section and put it like in their thing, or whatever. Anyway, and the last question, Bud, is how has life's recent events in the world today affected or shifted your focus? Or like, does what's transpiring in the world ever shift your focus in your day to day? I kind of talked about this in a post yesterday. I just feel like specifically what happened, I know when you guys see this it's going to be way after it, but like, you know, from the war in Ukraine that's still kind of currently going on, you still have all these different weird COVID restrictions still. The situation in Buffalo, like so many different mass shootings out here, right? A lot of it stemming from, you know, social injustice to systematic, you know, racism to so many different things that you can actually pull from, that to wake up every single day to say that you were still existing and breathing and you kind of live in this world today is a blessing in itself. And it's just weird because you just don't know what could happen. You just don't know, and like life has always been that way. So I always try to tell people, like, listen, like life is always in that, like, you never know where life's gonna turn, right? So like I think it's the fact that everything is just being so broadcasted that makes it feel sometimes that like none of this has been going on, but everything that is going on has been going on before our time, even before then, and will still continue after we're long gone into another multiverse or something else. And to use that term multiverse, I just saw Doctor Strange, he did too, and like the one thing that I think we both kind of liked in the film was the sense of my variation or my version of myself in another universe that I haven't met yet. And I just think life is interesting because we live on Earth, right? But like, I'm sure there's other places, fucking like Avatar and Uranus or like I'm sure there's other worlds. There might not be another variation of me, but maybe in another lifetime I've been somewhere else. Because when you guys watch a movie and stuff like that, it's very like, feels reminiscent sometimes. Like you feel connected in other personalities and bodies sometimes to where you feel like maybe like I was this at one point. But to say how if it's shifted my focus sometimes it does, guys. I mean,
yeah, we're human.
We're human. I mean, I never feel the same way. I'm never on the same ebb and flow every single day I wake up, you know, and I try to stay away from the news. I try to stay away from my phone. I delete some of those CNN apps, but life is not meant to be easy is what I'm trying to say. So does it shift my focus sometimes? Not to the point where I'm not going to keep doing me, you know, and making my money and being who I am, but it does. But I have to align myself. It's just like when you're driving, right? You're driving and you're like hydroplaning, but then you shift back into focusing and you're set, you know? So that's my answer to it. Just try to stay strong, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna piggyback off of that. I mean, again, I think everybody, if you're gonna really be honest with yourselves, like sometimes you wake up in a good mood and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you wake up sick, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you wake up with a tummy ache or a headache. Sometimes you wake up on cloud 9 because of something great. Like, you know, I think you have to take life in strides. And I always, you know, even with my son this morning, you know, he woke up and he's like, I woke up late. And I said, no, you didn't. No, he's like, I woke up at 7, like. And, you know, it's usually, you know, when we're supposed to, like, get up and start getting ready for school. But he loves to get up early and do his video game. But he looked at it as a bad thing. And I try to tell him, like, Noah, like, how many 8-year-olds, do you think didn't get to wake up today? You know, like, we got to stop, you know, having, like, this pity party with ourselves that, like, you know, everything is supposed to go our way all the time, you know? Like, life is, like, what life is. Like, you got a lot of shitty moments and you got a couple good moments that you could live on and you know, create memories with. You know, it's like you got to be grateful for what you have. You got to be grateful for who you are, and if you're not, then you got to start making the adjustments to get to where you need to get to. Like, we are our own worst enemies, you know. So like, if you want to do better, you got to get out of your own way, you know. So for me, like, I don't allow a lot of this COVID shit, and like, you know, for me, like, the world is going to keep evolving whether I'm here or not. The bad things are going to be here whether I'm here or not. So for me, it's just about navigating and trying to stay as positive and hopeful as I am for myself. You know, and just be grateful for who I am and what I can provide for other people. And that's what propels me to continue to push forward. And, you know, I do wear a smile 99% of the time. And every now and then I do have these moments that I'm like, you know, that really fucking upset me or whatever the case may be. But, like, at the end of the day, man, you know, like, you just gotta push through and just continue your story because it's nobody else's but yours.
Yeah. Keep pushing on, guys. Keep pushing on. But that actually concludes this episode. We hope that you guys enjoyed your time with us. As always, we never intentionally want to cause you to make us view us as like we know it all. Like, once again, this is an opinion. Like, this is our opinion. But there's a reason why you guys watch too, because you guys like our opinion. We make you laugh and such. So, like, we appreciate it. Like I said, when this drops, it'll be shortly before Nationals. So we will wish, well, backstage Nationals when we both work out. We'll both be there. So we want to wish everyone there a wonderful comp. I'm sure you will see us around, take a photo, take a picture, talk to us, chat with us. We care, you know, like we're all good vibes and everything like that. So best of luck to you guys at competition, and stay tuned for information regarding the intensive with me, myself, Alyssa, and who knows, maybe we'll have a guest person sometime, but lately we haven't, you know, we'll think about it. All right, guys, have a blessed day, stay up, and stay positive, all right? Peace, guys.